start of the journey to Edinburgh. 5.5 hours. We've got the boys in the back.
I'm dead.
That's lovely, Malcolm. How you feeling?
Nervous about the wind, but I feel good in myself. Ready to, wow, yeah. You know what? You don't know what it's going to be, do you? What it's going to be actually like running into winds at that speed. So I'm excited. Welcome to Scotland. Here we are. So, Saturday, 24th of May, we are on our way to Edinburgh. We decided to drive up. We could have flown, but we like a road trip. Road trip's always good fun. A couple of stops on the way. We're due to get there about 5 o'clock, half 5. So we'll go for something to eat, land, unpack, go for something to eat. We're going for pasta. Nice easy carbs, something we're familiar with, nothing crazy on the night before race day. The journey's been okay so far, a little bit of traffic, but that's fine, there's no stress. The weather's going to be awful, we've agreed and accepted that, we know it already. I feel good though, so I'm the best I can be on race day. Yeah, let's go check out the hotel. Scotland. So we've just landed in Edinburgh and I thought I'd quickly run through race day kit. So I'll start with the most interesting stuff because obviously trainers hot on everyone's mind. I've gone for the red Puma DV8 Nitro Elite 3s. I've raced a lot of Hyrox racing them, loved them. I didn't want to use my Hyrox specific ones for them, so I've ended up getting some different ones as a birthday present, and these will be my race shoes, so very exciting. Next, I will be wearing the half tights, the Janjis. I think they're the men's trail 8-inch. Not 8-inch, they might be 8-inch, I don't know. The men's trail version, they're brilliant because you've got so many pockets on them. You've got pockets in the back and the waistband as well. These are absolutely epic. One thing you shouldn't do really is try something new on race day. I've just ordered this Soar singlet, running vest. I've tried it on, it fits nice. I've got those bad boys as well. And I'm undecided which socks to go for. So it's either going to be these Enduro, I think they're Brav Enduro, something like that, or the Sporks, which say born to run, forced to work. Haven't decided yet whether to go orange or black, but that's it for the race day kit. From a nutrition side and like what I'm doing in the morning, I'll quickly run through that as well because a lot of people have questions around that. So in the morning I'm going to have my bagel with peanut butter and honey, which is a great combo. You can have peanut butter and jam, I've seen a lot of people do that, but it hits all the marks. I'll probably have that, get up around 3 hours before and have all that. I've got my protein bar, which I'll have just as I finish, don't need it in the morning or anything like that. I've got my Beat It Nitro 400s, I'll have double of those when I get up in the morning with breakfast. Also, I have my electrolytes before I hydrate nice and early. Don't want to hydrate too close because I'll end up needing a constant wheeze. I'll also have my lactic acid buffers as well. So you have 4 in the morning. I'll have 4 tonight as well. And then the last few bits of things I'm going to take on the race with me. So I've got brand new, again, a birthday present, some Shocks open ear 2s. So these, I'll take my glasses off because it's a bit easy to show you. These just slot around the back here, so they're fully open ear, which means I can hear everything that's going on around me, connect nicely to the phone. I've tried quite a few runs in those now, and they're really nice. I've also got safety pins, of course, because we need our bib and we need to attach it to the vest in the morning, so I'll make sure I do that all tonight. And then finally, I've got nippies, which my wife bought me, thank you very much, to protect my nipples, because when it's a marathon, that sort of distance, you don't really want to find out halfway through that you've got some chafing issues. So we've also got the image gels for the course. So I've trained with the high fives. I've trained them for months and months and months, had them on even on my easy runs, and they've been fine. I have the caffeine version most runs, even on my long runs with marathon pace effort in, easy to swallow, love them. I'm taking like 9 with me, 1 for the start, and then every 5k. I find that nice and easy to mentally look forward to every, and 5k is a good enough time, so at 21-22 minutes based on my pace.
It's the night of race day. Final thoughts pre-bed?
I've got a headache, I want to go to sleep. It is race day, 9:15, race starts at 10. I'm in my race kit, shoes are feeling good. I just thought I'd show you the shorts and how I'm going to carry all my gels and that sort of stuff. I am taking my phone with me. I just slot that straight into this pocket. There's double pockets each side, and I'm planning to take 9 gels, which is a lot because I'm doing every 5k, which will be 8 plus 1 for the start line. But what I can do is, if I take 3 for now, I'm going to put 3 in this pocket here. Just slot those in. Try and do it the right way up. I'll probably put another couple in the pocket behind it. Slot those in. I think what I did on a previous run as well was put a couple in the same side as my phone, but on the pocket behind. So that's 7, and then I should have 2 more, which I've got a back waistband, and you can tuck in, if I can find it, you can tuck in gels into here, which is quite smart. So if I tuck both, put one side, put one the other side, and now I'm packing 9 gels and my phone. Just need to take put my contacts in, get my earpieces on, and we are packing everything we need on the run. We're warming up in the beautiful city of Edinburgh, and plenty of other runners around. The roads are now closed off. Looks cool, to be fair. Heart rate's okay. We'll see how we go. Guys, as you can tell, we did it. I am broken. I've spent the last few hours trying to recover. I've had a bath, I've laid down. But let's run through the marathon. What happened, how it went. I've got my finisher's medal, which looks really cool, to be fair. And it comes with a little added keyring that says 26.2 on one side and EMF on the other for Edinburgh Marathon Festival. Yeah, what an epic experience that was. I'll run through it. Obviously, I've shown a couple of clips of, in fact, I'll show a couple of clips of the start line now, so you can, or the first few K as well, so you can have a let's run through the race itself. How did it go? How did I feel throughout it? And then in a bit later in the video, we can talk about some of the the good things, the bad things. Genuinely, when I was starting to go, I'd already done my warm-up. I was a little bit concerned about my heart rate. I know I'd shown a video of me saying my heart rate was okay, but after that, it seemed a bit high. My HRV was still a bit ruined. I can show you my HRV from this morning. So I was a little bit concerned. I was like, it's go time. Like, there's nothing else I can do now. So I set off, and I felt really genuinely comfortable at that pace. In the right initial bit, as soon as you crossed over the line, everyone started to get up to speed, and then there was just a standstill. And then there was a huge, like, I couldn't get past anybody, and everyone's going at like 5.5, 6 minute kilometre pace. It took a few hundred metres, and then people like moved out the way, or everyone got up to speed, so that then I could get into my own pace and rhythm. And the story of the first 10k, arguably even the first 20k, was just finding that rhythm, which I found quite quick, and just plodding the Ks off. It felt really good. I was enjoying the tunes. I was chatting to a few people. I've tried to remember some names, but I genuinely can't. But I'd say up to 22k, I was having an absolute whale of a time. Here's a video I recorded at 22k. 22k in, feeling good. Heart rate's peaking. Better probably ease that off. Yeah. It's been a good run so far. Well done, Mark. I love getting on the coast as well, to be fair. So as you can see, I was in a really good frame of mind there. And it wasn't until 26k when I started to first feel a bit like, ooh. This is a good point to mention as well. It was 40 mile an hour winds today, but the way it worked, we had a tailwind up to 29k. Obviously the first few k was a bit loopy, so it kind of hit you a little bit. But for the most part, the out part, you kind of would go out and then only come back like halfway. So we had 13k right at the end of headwind. So I knew at about 29k, it's going to get tasty. So I'll show you the kilometre splits of the first 26 kilometres, because that's where I felt really good. 26, I started to feel my calves more than anything. They just started to feel a bit dead, a bit heavy, a bit achy. And then the next couple of kilometres, that started to amplify. There's nothing you can do. Like, I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to slow down. But at this point, getting to like 28k, there was a little loop. I'll show you the course map now so you can see. That loop felt like ages, and around there, some people started to slow down, some people started to stop. It was quite uphill, it felt like. And then you came round and just were hit with those 40 mile an hour winds straight in the face. It was like surges. There was a steady wind, and then it would like gale, basically. And I was like, I knew it was coming. So I was just trying to go on feel, keep looking at my watch. I'm starting to hurt a little bit now. So up until 32k, yeah, that really steadily got difficult. I thought, okay, it's only 10k left.
I see him.
That next 10k was, my God, awful. Here's the splits of the last 10k. And as you can see, I was suffering, struggling, and I was trying my best to keep my pace up, but I just didn't have anything. Like, every time I felt like I was getting my pace up, I'd be hit with a gale, and it just took it out of me. I didn't have anything left. So I would say the last 6k were awful. They were just genuinely awful.
if you haven't guessed already or haven't seen the title of the video, the time I got was 3 hours, 6 minutes and officially 43 seconds. I knew coming into this I wanted to get a 3:05. I knew a potentially sub 3 could have been on the cards, and I genuinely, based on the splits, it could have been. I hit a half marathon PB in the first half, and that was a full send half marathon back in September last year. So I'd kind of accepted in the morning that 3:05 to 3:10 was my real target. That's what I was going to aim for. I thought I could do 3:05 if I banked a bit of good time early, but I just wasn't it. No matter what I tried, I didn't have it. So genuinely, I'm ecstatic with 3:06. I thought that was a brilliant time. When I saw it, I smiled. You always have that kick moment where you're like, oh, I wish, if only, but genuinely, I felt like stopping basically that whole 6K finish. So let's talk about some of the good things of the day. In fact, here's a quick video of me at the finish line. I was sending to a group of lads that I train with. So here's a video of me at the finish line.
Boys, did it. I can't really move now. That was disgusting. 22k, you saw the video, I felt great. 26k, I started to think, oh no. And then at the turnaround point at 30k, it was a slow climb. The wind was so brutal. It really was. It was like running through treacle, but last 6k I had to dig in pretty much every minute. My calves are gone, so don't know how I'm moving now. The finish line's in the middle of nowhere as well, and there's no Ubers, so looks like we've got to walk on our hands. Yay.
So let's talk about the good things. So my fueling was fine. The gels sat quite well up until about 38k. That's when I was starting to feel a bit in the stomach. But fueling was fine. Hydration, all through the course there was water. I grabbed water at every station. I doused myself, chucked it down the back of my neck, chucked it on my face, down my front, so I was wet. You probably saw that in the 22k video. But it felt good, it felt cool as well. If you haven't noticed, I've got a really, really bad sunburn on my head, on my shoulders. I can't show you that, I'm not taking my top off. But it's really quite embarrassing, it's really, really bad. But the water felt great, so I know I would have a few sips and chuck it in the bin. So that side of it well. The kit, shoes felt good, socks, all the gels I carried, there wasn't any issues with the half tights. The top felt comfortable, I wasn't worried about that at any point, so kit, great. I mean, arguably, with those gale force winds, it was the best scenario it could have been. We had 29k of it feeling great. It was just the last slog, which is kind of the hard bit anyway. I wouldn't change the way that wind was. That was optimal if it's going to be the wind of that strength. Weather was pretty good. We did have really bad rain at one point. It lasted a minute. It was really hard. It was like it stung on the skin. But I kind of enjoyed it because it distracted me. It was in the final 6k and it distracted me a little. I was overtaking pretty much the whole of that, let's say, last 10k. There was always people I was slightly moving past, people were stopping. I just think the winds were just too much for a lot of people. Just trying to think if there were any other good bits that I haven't mentioned. Obviously the time, really happy with that in the end based on how the day was. Bear in mind I wasn't 100% with my heart rate and all that. I genuinely had the time of my life for 26k. It felt really, really cool and just a great experience. All the marshals, the aid stations, people there were fantastic. The only annoyance is that the finish line's in the middle of bloody nowhere. You can't get an Uber, you can't get anything. And we hadn't realised, probably due to lack of preparation our side, there's buses that just run back to Edinburgh. So after walking around for a bit, I mean, I gave 100% out there, so I was broken at the end. My walking was near impossible, so my family had the patience of saying, because I was hobbling my way around. We went the wrong way at one point to the bag drop area. Eventually we figured out, went to the exit, and then saw the buses and people queuing for them. Jumped in the queue, got on the bus. It took about an hour, but at least we were able to get back. So other than the finish line being in the middle of nowhere, actually the buses were brilliant. You sat next to other runners and everyone's chatting about the experience and their PBs or their times and everything. So that was really cool. Genuinely, Edinburgh, and oh yeah, the crowds, like there were parts of the course where it's quiet. It's a marathon, you know, and you go right out. And it's really difficult to get out to there as well, based on all the roads being closed. But the pockets where people were loud and they had the twirly things. It was just, the energy was there. In the last few K as well, because I had my name on my front and I wear my pain on my face. People were like, come on Matt. I must have had about 100 of them. And in some cases it really did help. Any negatives? Obviously the weather was always going to be. You know, you've trained all this time, and to be hit with the weather like that. Illness as well, affecting my heart rate. That was really quite annoying. I can't think, and the fact that the end was in the middle of nowhere. I think that would pretty much sum it up. Edinburgh was. The course itself was great. It always felt like you were going uphill, even though you genuinely weren't. It felt quite undulating, and it was a pretty flat course. When you actually look at the elevation profile we looked on the previous video, it's nothing really, but it just felt like you were always going up. And I know there were down bits, but maybe you block those out of the mind. Yeah. Well, Edinburgh, thank you. It's been emotional. It's my first ever in-person marathon. The only other marathon I've ever done was a virtual one on my own, pretty much. My brother-in-law cycled it along with me. Shout out to Dave. This was a different thing, and wow, what a day, what a spectacle. Felt like all of Edinburgh got behind it. Even on the way when we got back towards the hotel, so I'm wearing the medal, people are coming up and congratulating you. Scotland, it's been epic. I'll probably do a little bit on the end of this video when I get back to home and I can see some of the stats and talk through some of those. But for now, that's the race recap.
Oh dear. Just some steps after the marathon.
Yeah.